the most charming man in Netflix history, left the most watched romantic show on the planet after one season. No drama, no fight, no explanation. He just said we gave them their happily ever after and walked away. And fans are still not over it in 2026. Bridgerton premiered on Netflix on Christmas Day, the 25th of December 2020. It was produced by Shonda Rhimes, the creator of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal, and based on Julia Quinn's best-selling romance novel series. It became one of the most watched Netflix shows in history almost immediately. Season 1 alone was viewed by over 82 million households in its first 28 days, making it at the time the biggest Netflix original series launch ever. It is now in its 4th season in 2026, with a 5th already confirmed. And the cast behind it, who they were before, what the show did to their lives, and what happened when some of them walked away, is a story as dramatic as anything Lady Whistledown ever wrote. Regé-Jean Page played Simon Basset, the Duke of Hastings, the brooding, impossibly handsome, emotionally unavailable Duke who fell in love with Daphne Bridgerton in Season 1. He became the face of the entire show overnight. His name was on every magazine cover. He hosted Saturday Night Live. He was being discussed as a potential James Bond. He was arguably the biggest breakout television star of 2020. And then, in April 2021, Netflix announced he would not be returning for Season 2. The announcement shocked the entire entertainment world. Regé-Jean Page had just become one of the most famous actors on the planet. The show was a global phenomenon, and he was leaving after one season. His official statement was gracious and brief. He called it a pleasure and a privilege. He said Bridgerton had been a flawless love story and that he was grateful to have been part of it. And when pressed by interviewers on why he left, he said we gave them their happily ever after. And now, there is a new couple coming. Here is the detail that most people missed. The Bridgerton book series, written by Julia Quinn, dedicates each book to a different sibling. Season 1 was Daphne's story. Season 2 was always going to move to the next sibling. Regé-Jean Page understood from the beginning that his character's main story was contained within one season. He was not fired, he was not forced out. He made a deliberate decision to leave at the peak of his fame and to not return. The showrunner confirmed in 2026 that they are not interested in recasting Simon Basset. If the Duke returns, it will be Regé-Jean Page or nobody. After Bridgerton, he starred in Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, in Två tusen tjugo. He starred in Steven Soderbergh's spy thriller Black Bag in Två tusen tjugofem, alongside Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender. He is set to return to Netflix for a new series called Hancock Park, on which he is also serving as executive producer. The man who walked away from the most watched romantic show on Netflix walked directly into a serious film career with some of the most respected directors in the world. Phoebe Dynevor played Daphne Bridgerton, the eldest daughter of the Bridgerton family, the diamond of the season, the woman who fell in love with the Duke of Hastings and anchored the entire first season of the show. Before Bridgerton, Phoebe was known primarily in the UK for her role in the British soap opera Coronation Street, where she had played Sally Webster's daughter for several years. Bridgerton took her from British soap actress to global Netflix star in a matter of weeks. And here is the detail that fans could not stop talking about. The on-screen chemistry between Phoebe and Regé-Jean Page was so convincing, so electric, that fans were completely certain they were a real couple in real life. The speculation became so intense that Phoebe had to address it directly in interviews. She told You magazine, "I would love to say there was really something between us, but no, it has always been strictly professional." She said there was so much pressure on them to get the performance right that it was entirely about the work. After Season 1, she appeared in Seasons 2 and 3 inches smaller roles as Daphne's story had been told. She confirmed she was not returning for Season 3 inches, a Sundance Film Festival interview simply saying, "Sadly, not in Season 3, potentially in the future." She got engaged to Cameron Fuller, an American film producer, and confirmed her engagement at the 2024 Met Gala. She starred in the psychological thriller Fair Play, which premiered at Sundance in 2023 to strong reviews. She is building a film career in both the UK and the United States on her own terms, away from the corsets and the Regency ballrooms. Simone Ashley replaced Phoebe Dynevor as the lead of Bridgerton starting in Season 2, playing Kate Sharma, the eldest daughter of a family newly arrived in London, who becomes the love interest of Anthony Bridgerton. She had previously appeared in the Netflix series Sex Education as Olivia Haynen, a completely different character and tone from anything in Bridgerton. And here's the detail about Simone Ashley that makes her story genuinely interesting. When she was cast as the lead of Bridgerton, Season 2, she replaced the actress who had become the face of one of the most watched shows on Netflix. That kind of pressure, stepping into a show at its absolute peak, replacing a beloved lead, would intimidate almost anyone. She handled it by making Kate Sharma completely her own. Her chemistry with Jonathan Bailey's Anthony Bridgerton was so well received that many fans consider Season 2 the strongest season of the entire show. She attended the 2026 Met Gala as one of the most photographed celebrities on the carpet. She said in interviews that she considers herself the real diamond of the season now, and she says it with the kind of confidence that makes you believe it completely. Jonathan Bailey played Anthony Bridgerton, the eldest son, the Viscount, the serious and responsible older brother who had sworn off love and then fell completely apart when he met Kate Sharma. He has been in the show since Season 1 and became the lead in Season 2. Jonathan Bailey is one of the most interesting careers to come out of Bridgerton because he was already a highly respected theater and television actor in the UK before the show made him internationally famous. He had appeared in the critically acclaimed drama Broadchurch. He had done extensive stage work in London's West End. He was known and respected in British entertainment circles before Daphne's wedding ever happened. After Bridgerton made him globally famous, he came out as gay in a 2022 interview with Attitude magazine, making him one of the most prominent openly gay leading men in mainstream television. He starred in the FX limited series Fellow Travelers in 2023, an acclaimed drama that earned him Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. He appeared in Wicked in 2024 alongside Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, playing Fiyero, with a charm and physicality that critics praised widely. He was nominated for a Golden Globe for that performance. Jonathan Bailey went from Bridgerton heartthrob to Emmy-nominated, Golden Globe-nominated actor in the space of about 2 years. He is one of the most talented people to come out of this cast, and the speed at which his career has moved since Bridgerton is genuinely remarkable. Nicola Coughlan played Penelope Featherington, the quiet, overlooked girl who turned out to be the most dangerous person in all of Regency London because she was secretly Lady Whistledown, the anonymous gossip columnist whose words could make or break any reputation in society. Before Bridgerton, Nicola was beloved in the UK and Ireland for playing Claire Devlin in the Channel 4 comedy Derry Girls, one of the most acclaimed British comedy series of its era. She was already a fan favorite before Bridgerton cast her. Season 3 of Bridgerton was Penelope's season. Her love story with Colin Bridgerton took center stage, and Nicola Coughlan delivered performances that moved audiences in ways the show had not done in its first 2 seasons. She said in interviews that she felt significant pressure knowing that the audience had been waiting for Penelope's story for 3 full seasons, and that getting it right mattered more to her than almost anything she had done. Professionally, she appeared in Season 4 Inches, a smaller role as the season moved to Benedict Bridgerton's story. In a 2026 interview, she hinted that her involvement in Season 5, Francesca's season, would be limited. Penelope Featherington has had her story told, and Nicola Coughlan is now one of the most recognizable Irish actresses in the world because of it. 3 facts. First, Bridgerton. Season 1 was watched by over 82 million households in its first 28 days, making it at the time the biggest Netflix original launch in history. A period romance about Regency-era London broke every streaming record Netflix had. Second, Regé-Jean Page was so popular after Season 1 that he was being discussed as a serious candidate to play the next James Bond. He left the biggest romantic show on Netflix anyway. Third, Phoebe Dynevor and Regé-Jean Page had on-screen chemistry so convincing that fans refused to believe they were not a real couple. Phoebe said she would love to say there was something between them, but their relationship was always strictly professional. She then got engaged to someone else entirely. Here is exactly where Bridgerton stands in 2026. Season 4 Benedict Bridgerton's story is currently airing, Yerin Ha joined the cast as Sophie, his love interest. The showrunner confirmed that the door remains open for both Regé-Jean Page and Phoebe Dynevor to return in future seasons, but they will not be recast under any circumstances. Season 5 is already confirmed and will focus on Francesca Bridgerton. Nicola Coughlan hinted her involvement will be smaller. Jonathan Bailey is confirmed to appear. And Regé-Jean Page, the man whose departure broke the internet in 2021, was asked directly at the 2026 Essence Black Women in Hollywood Awards whether he would ever consider returning as the Duke of Hastings. He smiled. He said he was aware of the calls for his return, and he said nothing else. The Duke of Hastings has not closed the door, he has simply not opened it yet. So that is the Bridgerton cast, then versus now. Regé-Jean Page became the most talked about man on Netflix, walked away after one season at the absolute peak of his fame, and built a serious film career with Cate Blanchett and Steven Soderbergh. Phoebe Dynevor went from British soap opera to global Netflix star, said her on-screen chemistry with Regé-Jean was strictly professional, and got engaged to someone else. Simone Ashley stepped into the lead of the most-watched romantic show on Netflix and made it completely her own. Jonathan Bailey went from Bridgerton heartthrob to Emmy-nominated, Golden Globe-nominated actor in 2 years. And Nicola Coughlan went from Dairy Girls comedy queen to the emotional center of one of the most anticipated seasons in the show's history. Which cast member surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments and subscribe for more. Then, Versus Now breakdowns every week. The next one is already ready. See you there.